All right, this dude got in my car. As you can see, he has some candy, and he's starting to eat the candy and everything while he's in my car. Now, I know some people are going to be like, all right, well, big deal, no big deal or whatever. No, it is a big deal, because if he wastes the candy, he's 9 out of 10, he's not going to pick the candy up. They never do. And then also, if I don't catch it, the next person gets in, and then they're going to say that I'm keeping a messy car, thinking that, oh, I don't clean up after my kids and everything like that. Now, you can see me, I'm agitated, and I'm talking, and I'm pissed off or whatever. I mean, I'm not really pissed off, but I have to assert myself. If I say, sir, can you please stop eating? They just gonna be like, oh man, I just got some nerds, whatever, man. I ain't gonna waste nothing in your car. It's all good. No, no. It's not all good. And if I don't assert myself, people are not gonna stop doing what they're doing. They're just gonna make an excuse why they should keep on doing it. I've been doing this long enough. Over 7,000 rides on this platform, over 2,000 rides on Uber platform. I know that if you don't assert yourself, people will try to run you over. Now, unfortunately, I did not capture the audio on this and everything and whatnot. But here's the thing. Dude ended up telling me, hey, man, don't come at me. He let me talk. But then he was like, hey, man, don't come at me like that, man. I don't got nothing to do with other people or whatever, man. I stopped eating, man. It is what it is and everything and whatnot. So it pissed me off. Because no matter what, dude, I can keep talking as long as I want to. Because it's my car. You can say, hey, man, I'm not even trying to hear all of that, man. Just let me out. That is the proper thing you say. But don't say anything that is even near or related to telling somebody to shut up. Now, this exact same dude is the dude who reported to Lyft. It reported to Lyft that I ran stop signs and reported that I almost hit a car. Did anybody see his body flying forward? You do not see this guy's body flying forward. All right, and you won't see his body flying forward at all. Now, the video is only going to end up being 3 minutes. So I'm going to try to get to the next video, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to post it because his face probably will get into the video and everything, and I'm not trying to put the dude out there. So we all know that passengers, they can report drivers anonymously. But come on now, I don't get reported often at all. It's always just one butthole, but you know exactly who you had an issue with. You know what I'm saying? They get in the car, they don't say hello. They get in the car, they act like they got an attitude and everything like that or whatnot. They slam your door. You know that this person is pissed off at the world. They may have had other drivers cancel on them. They may have been waiting a while. They may be late for work or whatever the case may be. And in cases like that, you're gonna have passengers. In cases like that, you're gonna have passengers where it's gonna be a negative ride. Now, here you can see we received feedback from a rider reporting that you were speeding and ran stop sign and almost hit another car. Like, bro, you really that pissed off that I told you can't eat? You really that pissed off? No matter how I came at you or whatever. Hey, people have a right to have a bad day. For me, the way I would have escalated that situation, you know what, my mans, I am sorry. I wasn't even thinking, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to eat my snack, but I shouldn't have did that. You are right. I do apologize and everything like that. But normally, man, it's never any issues or anything whenever I take a ride on the platform. However, if he would have said that, he'd be lying. You know what his rating was? His rating was a 4.8. He had a 4.8 rating. That means he has lost 20 points. And I think the dude had I forgot. I think he had like 10 rides or something like that or whatever, or 5 rides or something or whatnot. That means that he has never got a good rating from any driver at all. But the funny thing is that you eat in my car, and yeah, I could have said, excuse me, sir, but could you please hold off on eating until we get to your drop-off location? But you know what? In my previous experiences, when I first started out, and I would ask people that, they would, every last one of those people would always say, man, it's just chips. Man, it's just candy. man, it's just this and just that. I don't care if it's cotton candy. I don't care if you eating your grandmother's ashes. You not doing this in my car. Chill with that stuff or whatever. You know what I'm saying? There are drivers, as soon as you start to open up something, they're going to pull over and ask you to get out. And a lot of times they in the middle of a ride challenge. So as soon as they just gonna end the ride. They're waiting for you to do something to end the ride. It counts as a ride towards the ride challenge. You gonna end, man, I'm telling you, you can put at least 10, 15 people out of your car a day for doing something that they're not supposed to be doing on the platform at all. You know what I'm saying? So it's just in and out. Boom, you gone. That counts as a ride and everything or whatever. You know, they end the ride and they report you. It's that simple and everything, whatever. So a lot of times, like I said, people are just waiting for you to do something stupid. But nevertheless, dude did all of that. And here's the thing. I'm going to go and Lyft. All right, the last conversation I was having with them should be still up there. And as you can see, we having a whole conversation. I was having a conversation with them because I was still pissed off about the situation. Yes, I can help with this issue right now. This issue right now has already been back here. Let me help anybody that's a passer out. It says, yes, I think I found a match with this claim, and it's right here. But you say you aggressively told him not to eat in your car. I understand it is your car, and of course it's up to you to either allow that or not. And then I said, yes, I did. I did not request him to stop eating very polite. Again, yes, I did not request him to stop eating very polite. This was an adult. He should know the rules already. He made the decision to start eating that led with disrespect when hold on one second. He made the decision to start eating. You lead with disrespect, then what happens next is on you. I didn't curse anything along that. I just asserted myself with a firm, stern voice. Then they said, I understand, and I'm really sorry for that. I know it is definitely inconvenience for you at the moment. Let me double check the ride again to see exactly what happened. Yes, I can see that this issue right now has already been taken care of, and that you've been unpaired from matching with this passenger again, and also the feedback he gave you was excluded from your rating, so it's not going to affect you at all. Now, here's the thing. Only thing I had to tell them is that it is Lyft's responsibility. It is Lyft's responsibility to go back and check my speed that I was driving at. It's Lyft's responsibility to check and see if I've made any hard stops, because they're tracking all of that in the app. All of that is being tracked in the app. And I had to check them on it and tell them that they have to do that, and that they have to restrict his statement from my account based off of what they find, because this guy is lying and everything and whatnot. And as you can see, they restricted it, and his rating dropped. In order for us to be unimpaired, my rating has to be accepted. So my rating would be disregarded if he gives me a low rating, unless I can prove whatever he's saying to be trash. Let me explain something to y'all. We only have about maybe one issue with passengers out of 3 to 5. So when you go to try to report a driver, and honestly, sometimes it's 10 to 20. I would say, yeah, 1 out of every 10 would be close to what we would have as issues. 1 out of every 10, maybe out of 20. So again, when you go and you rate the driver, they don't contact the driver the next day and say, yeah, you've been getting low ratings. No, they're going to do that within a few hours. Sometimes it'll be the next day. But the driver is going to remember who they had an issue with. They're going to remember who they had an issue with. And if they have dash cam footage, all they have to do is send an email to the company. The more often that you do that, what ends up happening, one day you decide, okay, you in a car with a driver. The driver tries to sexually harass you. The driver doesn't have a dash cam. You're not recording on your phone. Now you want to try to sue and everything like that. Here's the problem for you. When you go to try to sue, Lyft is going to bring up all of these occurrences where you lied. Where you lied on drivers. So all of this builds up in your account. You don't even know. Most people don't even know that they're being rated. And the fact that you don't know that you're being rated, you don't know if the driver was able to dispute your claim. But the driver can dispute your claim, because the idiot that is trying to make the claim is the same one that got in the car and was the only one that didn't speak to the driver. When the driver tried to speak to him to make sure, or her, to make sure that they was cool and not no dang on murderer or whatever, didn't say anything. You were a butthole the whole entire ride. They know that. Everybody's not like that. Sometimes, we gonna get those people every single day. But I'm telling you right now, every driver knows exactly where their complaint has come from. We know where our bad ratings have come from. Even though they don't show us in the app, trust and believe, we know the ones that are doing it. I'm not saying that white people are the ones that's doing it. I'm not saying that black people are the ones that's doing it, or any other culture. I'm saying that we can clearly understand the mood in the vehicle. See what I'm saying? We can clearly understand the mood in the vehicle. And we know where all of this negative crap is coming from. So you can go ahead and think that your stuff is anonymous all you want to. Trust and believe. The driver knows. And most drivers are screen recording, so they know the pickup, drop off location, and they need to do that in order to be able to track these issues and stuff. Because you go back and you watch the video, and all you got to do is just record receiving a ride request, and then record the first few seconds of the passenger getting in the car. It's the ones that don't speak. Those are the ones that we always have an issue with. The ones that want to add a stop when they know that they should have added the stop before we accepted the ride, so we could accept the conditions and the time frame it takes to do the ride. All right. So a lot of people, and on that end, a lot of people are thinking right there. They thinking, matter of fact, I'll do another video on that one. But all in all, this guy's an idiot, because you did all of that, and the only thing that happened at the end of the day, the only thing that happens at the end of the day, remember I picked up the dude around 2:35. All right. So the only thing that happens at the end of the day is that the driver will go back and rate the passenger and everything and whatnot, and get him a bad rating, which I already didn't gave the dude a bad. So in the story, your rating ended up dropping. Now you notice that in the app, I was able to change the rating. You can't change the rating after a passenger has already gave you a bad rating, or it's been over 24 hours and everything. So one, it hasn't been over 24 hours. And then two, if his rating actually counted, I wouldn't have been able to go in the app and change it. So that's how you know that they restrict his rating from his previous rating. And just so you know, as passengers, one of the ways that we would know if you gave us a bad rating and everything or whatever, all we got to do is just go back in the trip history, and the people who didn't tip, we already know you gave a bad rating. We go back in the trip history. When we go to rate passenger, if it's been less than 24 hours and they don't let us change it, and it's been less than 24 hours, then we know that you gave us a bad rating. That's how we know that you gave the driver a bad rating. So we have our ways to do it, because they block us from rating the passenger if the passenger gave us a bad rating. So if I was y'all, I'd be pulling out my app. If you had a butthole driver that was butthole to you, he gonna give you a 1 star, because either you were disrespectful, late at pickup, whatever the case is or whatnot. But right after the ride, as long as the driver put in a rating, the only way that you can restrict that driver's rating, you know what, I'm not even gonna go over that, because there's too many people scamming and bull crapping out here in the first place and whatnot. But like I said, we know who gave us a bad rating or whatever. But the more often that you get drivers that rate you low, your driver availability goes down. And what that means is that on the map, instead of you seeing 8 drivers, you're going to see 7 drivers. You should always be seeing 8 drivers on the map during the day. At nighttime, you might see less. When it's busy out, you might see less, but I think that you still gonna see 8 drivers out. And the reason why I say you still gonna see 8 drivers is because drivers don't always accept all ride requests and everything. And so we do spend some time sitting and everything. But at the same time, with that being said, again, if you're seeing less than 8 drivers, then that means that the 8 drivers that are around you, which you may have 10 or 20, but they're only going to show you 8. So if you're seeing less than 8 and you've been taking a lot of rides, you might want to go in your app and you might want to check what your rating is. And you can do that by going up here to the menu. And then from the menu, you're going to hit view profile. And then you can actually see what your rating is. And a lot of passengers have bad ratings and everything. And if you have a bad rating from a driver, they can't pick you up again. Lyft system, the algorithm will automatically charge you more for your rides. Why are they doing that? Because you are less likely to have your ride accepted. And when one driver declines it, it goes to the next driver at a higher payout. It'll keep bouncing around and it'll get higher and higher until somebody accepts your ride request. But chances are, you're going to have longer wait times when you have lower ratings. And again, with that one dude, 4.8, bro, 4.8. That's why you, my brother, are not getting ride requests and drivers accepting your stuff. That's why you get in the car, got a little funky little attitude and everything and whatnot. But it's all good. Now your rating just dropped and you've been unpaired with another driver. You're going to have longer wait times, and you're an idiot. You're an idiot because you went, and I'm sorry to call you an idiot, but isn't making a false claim against someone who has done nothing but try to check you and tell you don't do that in here and everything, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can't go in somebody's house and be eating on their furniture, and you ain't even asked if it's okay. They might not eat in their living room. And so you eating in their living room, you doing what they don't even do in their own house. See the problem now? Man, all I know is doing fraudulent stuff, man, is not going to get you a good reaction. Thanks for listening. Have a good one.